Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaden. Today we are reviewing a program called Dehancer while using DaVinci Resolve. And the question that I'm asking myself is, can this program emulate Super 8 film? I shoot Super 8 film, and I hope to God that this program does not replicate Super 8 film 100% because I love shooting film. But at the same time, I do like the look of film. And I don't see nothing wrong if we are using these filters and these programs to have a film-like look. But I think there is a very wrong, unethical thing that happens often in this industry when people say they are shooting Super 8 film or film, and in fact, it is just edited to look like film. So I think full transparency, whether it is clients or posting reels online, I think full transparency by saying film look is okay. Again, if you're lying to your clients or lying online for clout to say that you're shooting film when in fact you're just throwing on filters, that's wrong. And I hate to judge people's art online because art is art, but I'm gonna judge you if you are a liar. And I see a lot of liars online that says, I shoot Super 8 or I shoot film. And if you're someone that does shoot Super 8 or does shoot film, you can look at these posts and you can kind of see that you're lying. So is film emulations using Dehancer just as good as shooting film on a Super 8 camera? So Dehancer contacted me about a year ago to test their product, and in exchange they would give me the product, a product code for a lifetime activation key. I gladly said yes a year ago, and I just got busy like I explained in the first video. So now I wanna take that offer and I wanna do it. And I contacted them and they said, yeah, it's totally fine, here's the code. But I'm so glad I waited because they're actually in the works of testing a new product that I'm very excited to talk about. And I'm actually gonna make another video after this about that product. But in this video, I'm gonna show you my first impression to see if this is actually user-friendly, because me as a photographer, I don't do videos often. So is it user-friendly for an idiot like me to just pop it on my computer and use it? Because sometimes video editing software can be super confusing. All right, so I got DaVinci and I already got Dehancer loaded up on here as an effect. I'm using 4 different types of video. The first one is gonna be C-LOG, and I've already done the color space transform with that. The next one is the meta glasses. The next one is going to be DJI, did the color space transform already. And the last one is the iPhone, which I have to do color space as well. All right, so this footage right here was taken on this Super 8 camera with Kodak Vision 3 Super 8 50D film. This is actual Super 8 footage here. And then what I want to see is how close of a comparison does this do with footage that was taken on a digital camera with a film emulation Dehancer profile. Okay, so shout out to Scott Bruchel, who gave me a tutorial on how to do a DaVinci Resolve using Dehancer to do Super 8 film emulation. I just typed that in YouTube and he was the first one that popped up. And this is the result of what I was able to produce with his help. Okay, so we're gonna start from the very beginning and we're going to, I guess, go through all the steps that he brought me through and for me to get to that final product. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is pick the film. So we're gonna go to Kodak Vision 3 50D. There we go. So next thing I'm gonna do is go to film grain and put it at 8mm ISO 500, 100 amount, enable that, and it's like right away crazy, which is I guess what we want. Next I'm gonna do film breath, and what film breath is, or film breathe, I don't know, breath or breathe, I don't know. It kind of gives it like that projector feel. It's like that film is like being projected onto a screen through light. So like small little pictures are being displayed, right? So it looks like it's moving, but it's just like you know, hundreds of photographs that's being moved to show like a motion picture. So film breath or breathe, we'll do Super 8 and turn that on, and it already gives it like a projector feel to it. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is gate weave, and what that does, it gives it like a shaky, like Super 8 vibe. This was taken on a tripod. Again, this is my Dji Pocket Osmosis 3, so there is no movement, but with gate weave, it gives it that shakiness because there is a lot of movement that is happening in this camera. Like when you're shooting a Super 8, there is a lot of movement and like vibration that's happening in this camera. Like even, I'm sure, even if you put it on a tripod, which you can, and you press record, there's still gonna be a shakiness to it because inside there is a wheel of film and a spool that is being turned, and there's a shutter in here that is like opening and closing to print that information on the film. So there is movement. Even no matter how still you have a Super 8, there's gonna be movement. The next thing we're gonna do is called the film damage. Here's film damage. We're gonna turn that on, and we kind of already know what this does, but we've turned it, instead of just Super 8, we're gonna go to custom, and we're gonna turn down the white and black all the way to white. The reason why you wanna put it to white is because when you scan film, like when I scan film and there's little dust particles, the dust particles that you take a photo of is gonna be black. And when you convert them into a positive, that black turns into white. So it looks a bit more realistic if it is white. I mean, yeah, if it is all white, because that's what it would look like. Okay, we're moving on to overscan. So this one right here, I don't know if I'm gonna have this in my videos, because like, I don't know, it just seems to me like there's been so much like TikTok videos of Super 8 and like on Instagram as well of people like taking videos on their phone, and all they do is they slap on a filter and they put this like overscan, which has the spool, the little hole in the film. That's what that little square is. And people use that a lot and kind of like say it's Super 8 or make it look like it's vintage, and it kind of gives it away like, oh, it's not actually Super 8. Having it overscan like that with that little square sometimes make it seem tacky, and it gives it away that you just threw a filter on it, because most filters that you find on apps for Super 8 just give you that little square and give you like that border, and it says, okay, this is Super 8, and it's really not. So I don't know if I will use this necessarily, but it's pretty cool, I guess. Maybe I will. I don't know. Next is the halation. This really gives it that like Super 8 vibe. Okay, so after that we add the bloom, and we're just gonna leave it as what it is. We're gonna move it up to 90 instead of the 50. We're gonna move it all the way up to 90 because that kind of really gives it that soft film look. And then after that, we have another node called flicker. What flicker does, it has like, I'm just gonna do it all the way so you can kind of see like what it does. It does that. It flickers. So what we're gonna do is turn that down to a point where you don't even know it's there, but it's there. Because again, let's look at the Super 8 film. It has that like flicker. See, it's like the exposure is like going in and out, light leaks and everything else. So we're gonna do that here with the flicker. And here is the final result of Dehancer Super 8 after I was educated by Scott Bruchel. Okay, so here are my final thoughts. Is it worth $699 for the individual packet or the $1,099 packet for the studio? My honest opinion is no. And why do I say that? Because I'm broke. I don't have that type of money to be spending on this. If I was rich, then heck yeah, it's worth it. It's worth every dime because it does an exceptional job at replicating Super 8 film. And there's all these other films that I didn't even touch yet. All I did was touch the Kodak Vision 350D because that's the type of film that I shoot with on my Super 8 camera. So as a photographer, I do add Super 8 reels to my packages. And will I instead use this product and take videos on my phone, slap on a film-like look, and then give these clients a film-like reel? Maybe, just maybe, but right now I think I'm gonna say no because I do love using this at a wedding. I do love the sound. I like the surprise. I love shooting film more than digital. So I still love the craft of shooting film and the surprise of getting it developed and scanned and seeing it on the computer for the first time. I think it is such an art and a craft to shoot Super 8 film. But nonetheless, I think I will use Dehancer to make reels, to do film-like reels. I will never call it a Super 8 reel or a Super 8 content. I think I still will say film-like. just to protect the integrity of actual film. The truth is, this program would save me a ton of money if I was making reels and saying that it was Super 8. Because by the naked eye, it's very hard to tell that it is a digital video that was used with Dehancer. Like, it looks just like Super 8, and I only messed with it for maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And I did one tutorial and it looks fantastic. But I am not someone that makes content and making film-like content. I basically take photos and do film. There is a product that I'm gonna test after this, which is the Dehancer desktop that looks like something that I would purchase with my own money, because it does have a lot of film-like presets and profiles. Because I was really excited, I already messed with it a little bit, so in the next video I'm gonna do like a first impression, which is not really a first impression because I was so excited to test it out already that I kind of messed with it a little bit. But yeah, I think I'll be testing that next. If they respond and say that they will give me a free code or free activation lifetime key, then I will do another video talking about Dehancer desktop. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a few rolls of film, take those photos outside next to my digital camera. I'm gonna develop those film rolls, and then I'm gonna also download those digital images to my computer using the Dehancer desktop with that profile, and I'm gonna be comparing it with the actual roll of film to the film emulation through Dehancer. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.